In the quiet town of Dharmapuri, where the winds whispered secrets and the trees held ancient wisdom, lived a monk. He was known far and wide for his calm demeanor and deep understanding of life's mysteries. People would come from distant lands to hear his words of wisdom, hoping to find answers to their life's dilemmas. One day, a troubled young man named Aryan approached the monk. His eyes were filled with frustration and confusion. Aryan was a man who believed in hard work and kindness. He woke up at the crack of dawn every day to tend to his small farm, where he grew vegetables that fed his family and many others in the village. Though his crops were modest, Aryan always shared them with those in need, never turning away a hungry soul. When his neighbor, an elderly widow, needed help repairing her roof after a storm, Aryan was there, sacrificing his time and energy to make sure she was safe and dry. In addition to his work on the farm, Aryan volunteered at the local school, teaching underprivileged children how to read and write. He believed that education was the key to a better future and wanted to make a difference in the lives of those who had little. But despite all his efforts, Aryan felt that life had been unkind to him. His crops often failed due to droughts, leaving his family struggling to make ends meet. When his own roof began leaking, no one came to help him, even though he had spent so much time helping others. And although he had dedicated countless hours to teaching, the school administration never recognized his efforts, and he remained unnoticed and unappreciated. To make matters worse, his younger brother, who had always taken shortcuts and avoided hard work, had recently landed a high-paying job in the city, while Aryan continued to toil in obscurity. Disillusioned and weary, Aryan decided to seek out the monk who lived on the edge of Dharmapuri. He arrived at the monastery, his heart heavy with frustration and confusion. Sitting before the wise monk, Aryan poured out his thoughts. "Reverend," Aryan began, "I have worked hard all my life, helped others whenever I could, and tried to be a good person. Yet, I feel like life continues to treat me unfairly. Where is the justice? Where is karma?" The monk smiled gently, his wrinkled face lighting up with a kind warmth. He gestured for Aryan to sit beside him under the grand banyan tree. "Tell me, Aryan," the monk said softly, "what do you believe karma is?" Aryan furrowed his brows. "I've always been told that karma is the result of our actions. If we do good, good things will come to us. If we do bad, we will face misfortune." The monk nodded. "That is what many believe. But karma is not just about the outcome of actions. Karma is the thought. And sometimes, the intention behind our actions is not as pure as we think. Let me show you where you may have gone wrong." Aryan looked confused but listened intently. The monk continued, "Take your farm, for example. You work hard every day, but your crops still fail. Tell me, Aryan, when you plant those seeds, what thoughts are in your mind?" Aryan thought for a moment. "I often worry, Master. I worry that the rain won't come, that pests will ruin the crops, that I won't have enough to feed my family." The monk nodded. "Exactly. Your thoughts are filled with fear and doubt. Though you work hard, your mind is consumed by worry. This negative energy can affect the outcome. Karma is not just about actions, Aryan, but also about the thoughts behind those actions. If you plant seeds with a fearful mind, the result may not be what you hope for." Aryan's eyes widened with realization. "So my worry is influencing the outcome of my crops?" "Yes," the monk replied. "Fear is like a weed in the garden of your mind. If you do not uproot it, it will choke the good seeds you plant. Now, think about your neighbor, the widow you helped. You gave your time and energy to fix her roof, but when your roof started leaking, no one came to help you. Why do you think that is? Aryan frowned. I don't know, Master. I thought I was doing a good deed. The monk looked at Aryan with kind but penetrating eyes. Tell me honestly, Aryan, when you helped her, did you expect anything in return? Aryan hesitated, then nodded slowly. I suppose I did. I thought that if I helped others, they would help me when I needed it. The monk sighed softly. Ah, there it is. You helped her with the expectation of being helped in return. But true karma is born from selfless actions, not from expectations. When you give with an attached mind, hoping for something in return, your karma becomes tainted. The universe does not respond to actions performed out of desire for rewards. Aryan lowered his head, understanding the monk's words. And lastly, the monk continued, your work at the school. You have spent countless hours teaching those children, yet you feel unnoticed and unappreciated. Why do you think that is? Aryan sighed. I don't know, Master. I thought I was doing a good thing by teaching them. But deep down, I felt frustrated that no one seems to recognize my efforts. The monk nodded again. Recognition, like rewards, is another form of attachment. When we seek recognition for our good deeds, we create expectations. And when those expectations are not met, we suffer. You see, Aryan, karma is not just about doing good deeds, it is about the purity of your thoughts behind those deeds. When you act with a mind free of attachment, without expecting anything in return, you create positive karma, and the universe responds in time, even if the results are not immediately visible. Aryan sat quietly, absorbing the monk's words. He realized that his frustration wasn't just with the world, but with his own thoughts and expectations. He had been doing good deeds, but his mind had been clouded with worry, expectations, and a desire for recognition. His karma had been influenced by these negative thoughts. Thank you, Master, Aryan said, bowing respectfully. I understand now. Karma is the thought. I will tend to my mind as I would a garden, planting seeds of peace and compassion, without expecting anything in return. The monk smiled again, the wisdom of the ages shining in his eyes. Go, my child. Remember, the world outside is a reflection of the world within. When your thoughts are pure, your karma will follow, and the universe will respond in kind. With a newfound sense of peace, Aryan left the banyan tree, ready to embrace life with a clearer mind and an open heart, knowing that true karma begins with the thoughts he nurtures. And so, in Dharmapuri, the winds continued to whisper secrets, the trees stood tall with ancient wisdom, and those who listened understood that karma was not just in the actions, but in the thoughts that gave birth to them. Whatever you are facing right now is your own karma of your own making. Real karma is created not by what we do but by the thoughts behind them. Realize that your outer world is a reflection of your inner thoughts. So pay attention to your every thought.
If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.